And clap to the master brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on the one and only Mystelics Reacts channel. Big up on yourself for definitely being a part of this vibrations. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. And of course, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that right there. Click the thumbs up button, click the like button. Of course, helping the algorithm to push these videos further out there. And of course, subscribe if you've not done so, brothers and sisters. Subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations. And of course, you'll be notified when I drop my videos right there. Of course, you do so by doing what? Click the subscribe button, click the bell, and then click all. So be notified and say, Mystelics, I doesn't see your videos. Click all, brothers and sisters. And of course, you'll get the vibrations when they tend to happen. Of course, interact with the videos as well. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Of course, this is where I give my thoughts. So definitely leave your thoughts in the comment box below. I definitely do read the comments in that regard. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us break bread and get into the vibrations for today right there. Of course, a number of you guys have been sending me Dominica breaking news letter to the editor. Big up the masses out there. Of course, for those who definitely are part of the Dominica breaking news family. And of course, the Mystelics family as well. But of course, it reads right there. Letter to the editor. Dear Mr. Editor or Mrs. Editor, whichever it is, brothers and sisters, I am not a person who likes to complain, but I fed up, man. I vex. You see me? I am vexed and I fed up. I'm mad and I vex, brothers and sisters. I fed up with Point Michelle, of course, has a water issue. No water is the water issue right there. I think that would definitely be a water issue, you know. When there's no water, brothers and sisters, especially when, you know, they are putting $15 on your water bill, we should not know water problems anymore, you know. Don't be shocked if they decide, hey, let's bring up the $15 to $30 or $20. Okay, all right. What are you going to say? No. Anyways, no water, most times, no light. So they're taking light and they're taking water, brothers and sisters. Where does the struggle end in Dominica in the modern times? Of course, there's no hurricane. I would understand if there's hurricane passing or something of that sort, you know. But that is not the case at all. But apparently, they take in water and they take in light. They increase your water bill and your light bill, and you still have water, no light. But hey, c'est la vie. I really want to know this individual saying, what is really happening? What is really going on? Because at the end of the month, I am still to pay the same bill and higher. The Wasco, fix it, please. Domlek, we were not on the schedule, fix it. You know, sometimes Domlek does say, hey, we have load shedding. They call it load shedding anymore, brothers and sisters. They used to call it load management. There's another word for load shedding. But apparently they realize the people found out what it is. So they take that out too. Planned outage, aka load shedding. But in certain areas, this has happened before, where they said load shedding in a number of regions, and then people that were not scheduled to have load shedding got load shedding too. So you know that is part of the culture in Dominica, brothers and sisters, that the people have allowed to happen to them, and they will still complain. I think Point Michelle is one of the regions that is heavily supportive of the DLP party. That is really boy. I tell people, the governance of the country is what's causing this to happen. I remember when Domlek took over, government took over Domlek, everybody's like, oh, we're not going to pay electricity again. Labor rights was saying that to it. And then labor rights realized, but wait a while, but what I saying, you know, I am paying more than I used to pay before. Me say, what have I done? But of course, when they come into the conclusion of this thought, they will just bring SIWO for them. Oh, SIWO if you want. But who's gonna mash up later? That is a powerful song right there, brothers and sisters. Be mindful of mashing up later. Because sometimes your later is today. Of course, they're asking Dominica and Domlek to fix it, please. They're even using politeness, manners. Make a man, but apparently the manners doesn't work there now, because Domlek still have the struggle and the Wasco still have the struggle. Anyways, so we were not on the schedule. Fix it, please. I'm fed up. I'm mad and I vex. Online, I make money to make the same bill, to pay the same bill. Interesting, yes. Me too. So Domlek, fix it, please. But it's a good thing I have solar devices, and I have power banks and what have you. Prepare, you have to prepare. Struggle, I tell you. Anyways, there's another letter to the editor right there, brothers and sisters. And this individual is saying to Dominica breaking news, imagine buying gas at your favorite gas station. Where I go to buy gas. I love to buy gas there in Kenfield, this individual is saying. Is only, what? In Kenfield to only have tagged on a SHEIN purchase on nearly $300. What? Imagine buying gas at your favorite gas station in Kinfield to only have tagged on a SHEIN purchase of nearly $300. I don't get it. Anyways, sounds ridiculous, right? Yeah, definitely the English too. Anyways, that's another story right here. Well, it's not so ridiculous because it happened to me this week. I know that Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat, and that things are tight. Yes, tight like, let me not repeat the Booyah song. All right, but you know, tight, brothers and sisters, but things are tight for all of us. Well, apparently tight for everybody, but some people pretend they're not tight. They say loose, man. Loose like Lucy. So when people work hard, brothers and sisters, to put a little gas in their vehicle to have their money stolen to buy things on SHEIN. So I'm guessing the person stole the person's money and they bought, maybe from the gas station that they stole it. Anyways, to buy things on SHEIN, it's shameful and unacceptable indeed. Imagine choosing to use your bank card instead of cash to save your favorite red, green, and white gas station some money in case they get robbed, only to find out that you have been robbed by the employees. Oh, very, very sad indeed. So I'm guessing the person stole the person's card at the gas station and end up using it, and the person was looking at their statement and saw that people were buying stuff on SHEIN. Well, first of all, ma'am, I think you should stop the card from working. You can do this. You know that? In the United States, if you do this and you say, hey, my card has been stolen and this is what happening, they give you back your money. I don't know how it is in Dominica, but brothers and sisters, I think you should stop your card from working. Oh, then do you know if somebody in the area, maybe the person know that's where they actually went, right there, and they purchasing stuff on SHEIN. Most likely is a woman. Oh my goodness, right there, brothers and sisters. Be mindful of the predators out there. They might look nice. Oh, how can I help you? You be mindful, brothers and sisters. It is all about the world, all over the place right there. Well, I will be coming back to my favorite gas station with the police to not just collect my money fraudulently spent using my card information, but the cost to have the card replaced among others. This has to stop. Well, I don't think this was a continuous thing, but of course, people must not steal people's things and then use them. Is your money? Huh? Your mother give you the money for you to come buy thing on SHEIN for $300? Really? Stop your dirty ways. People, be careful when paying for anything using your card. Sorry about that, guys. I just got a call right there. But of course, I must make mention of this very interesting thing, because it seems like something is happening there. Somebody took your card, most likely went to use your card and pay for your gas. Then they also must have taken down your information. Maybe they took a picture of your phone with their phone, and they flip it and took a picture and decided to use your stuff. Brothers and sisters, that is not nice at all. I don't think that is acceptable indeed. They need to check the employees. I think employers need to vet who they put. Sorry about that, guys. Once again, right there, I have to definitely take that call in that regard. Man, I tell you, guys, sometimes, let me ask you a question, Mr. Sidetracking. If somebody hit your vehicle, why do you have to go through a set of process when people hit your vehicle? Want to pretend as if no, you didn't hit the vehicle and everybody see you hit the vehicle. I don't understand these things. Interesting. If things escalate, I'll put things out there. You know, guys, you know I roll already. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let's continue right there. So don't steal people things. People trust companies, like I indicated before. I think individuals, especially employers, need to do some sort of background checks on individuals. I know sometimes people looking for jobs, and sometimes people get take whatever job they want with their dirty ways, brothers and sisters. You need to definitely do some background checks on individuals. Why are individuals being dishonest and wicked? Oh my goodness. People, be careful when paying for anything using your card, particularly at gas stations. Do not allow potential brothers and sisters, to walk off with your card out of line of sight. I agree, because there are some real wicked and dishonest people out there. And I think definitely individuals need to learn how to do some sort of background checks on individuals that they want to work for them right there. Especially we know about the pull string. Sometimes you can pull string for people. You pull string for people and they're more violent, and your family might put your family because your family you put there, they like to volley. That's why if you know your family like to volley, why would you put them in your... I don't know if the person is family, I just saying, brothers and sisters, or your friends, some of all, your friends volley, brothers and sisters. Just like when I look at the United States, over $825 billion just went missing, brothers and sisters. Whoa, it went down, by the way, guys. It went down. I think over $3 trillion was missing sometime. Nobody knows, unaccounted for, Then now it go down to $825 billion. Brothers and sisters, be mindful of the wicked heart. It's not just in Dominica, but also, just like in Dominica, where the $10 billion now in the CBI revenues, or the $7 billion that remain. Why people like to volley like that? Why? Is your money, you work for it? No, leave it alone, Father. And brothers and sisters, talking about an interesting situation that I've been come to be aware of. Let's just take a listen.
Some of all the workers, all you just say they were right good.
They do good because they don't have the country like this. And also the other side, the individuals on the other side, UWP or whoever, would have support the government but still doesn't vote. The individuals that do voting as well as the labor rights are the wicked. Yes, they're wicked to the country.
All you just say they were right good. Like you some of all the more 30. And when all you sitting down, you meeting, and all you do on Joshua Francis to go propose himself, whether on a workers' ticket or whether on his new party ticket, because all you do on Joshua Francis, all you do on Thompson Fountain.
Well, they do want Thompson Fountain because the people voted for them. But if you can remember when Joshua Francis was the one out on the streets, bad talking the very people that he claims publicly that he supports. Remember? And then somebody had to secretly film him exposing himself and his true thought process. Now, it could be he was just catering to the individuals that you're talking to, true. But how can you be lambasting the very people that you are a team of? That doesn't show like you're a team player, would it? So why would they want to put Joshua Francis on the ticket after he has been constantly been lambasting the very team without cause? Well, there's a cause. I think he wants to be prime minister and he feel like, hey, I should be the prime minister. It could be that, brothers and sisters. But if the people not voting for you to be prime minister, no matter how much you want to be prime minister, you will not be. Because it is the people, it's a democratic process. When Lennox came through and Lennox was there, but there was a democratic process that they voted him to be the leader of the opposition. They took Lennox out. It's the people. It's a democratic process. And they removed Lennox and they put Thompson, and they believe Thompson was a better, and I think Thompson is a better person when it comes down to the economic standing of Dominica. I definitely do think so. He has done a wonderful job in South Sudan. He's been elevating the masses. And of course, he has a history of elevating countries. Brothers and sisters, a history of elevating the economic standing. Look at St. Kitts. It was Thompson Fountain that gave the advice to them. Or was one of the individuals who gave the advice to them to help them to become what they are today. So I don't think he can do this, especially with Dominica, the potential that it has. So it's not they say some people might side with Lennox are saying these things, but the party itself doesn't have these issues. Obviously, people have their own talks, their own side. Of course, I think that is a wonderful thing to welcome. But Joshua is the one that put his own self down. He's the only one that put himself down. Because the people didn't want him to be the representative. They felt for some reason or the other. And I kind of share that sentiment too. I don't think Joshua should be the leader of become a prime minister. What? No. Hey, maybe he can stay a power rep or whatever. I myself, I wouldn't even reach that far-fetched. But, based on the circumstance, the individual and what have you, brothers and sisters. There have been certain things that I have not said, brothers and sisters, but I don't think Joshua Francis should represent nobody at all when it comes on to what do you call that again? Parliamentary representatives. Brothers and sisters, you must know the character of the individual, not what the person shows in public. The character of the individual is necessary to find out if that person is good or not. And that doesn't just for Joshua Francis, that goes for everybody. Every single body. Once you know the character of that person, and that person is snake, and when they come out, they're looking like there's a dove, brothers and sisters. Are they wolves in sheep clothing? That is a question that you must ask. Right there. What is happening in closed doors versus what you see open sometimes can be vastly different. And I understand certain people seeing certain things and but sometimes people tend to look at people's credentials. That's one of the things that people were looking for Kamala. They say Trump is not a prosecutor, she's a prosecutor. You don't even know how she became a prosecutor. But you say, hey, she's a prosecutor, look at that. Some people doesn't use their head, my God.
And all you behind closed doors, all you all of the dirty mouth, but all you workers better know call you sending for Roses on the workers ticket because we will vote Joshua Francis.
Girl, if you decide to vote Joshua Francis, I don't think that is a good step in the forward movement. I really don't think so. I really don't think so at all. What you don't know,
All this party, take it to the bank when we tell all that. So all you better come together to take up the scale deal one way or the other.
I agree, but please don't use Joshua Francis, no? Don't make that mistake.
Because
Why?
we're not going down like that, yeah? So we're not talking about only one Joshua and only party, and only the one that person only party, or one that person only party, or you branch of committee and only.
You know, brothers and sisters, this is why I always tell people it's not necessarily a DLP issue, and I think it's a human issue that is there, Because even when we were talking about the whole Democrats that are saying Democrats are the same thing like labor rights and things, and you've seen the evidence there. You've seen the evidence. The very people who are talking against Scarrett in the United States are the ones supporting the very thing in the United States because she's black. Brothers and sisters, like, oh my God. What is wrong with humans, boy? What is truly, really wrong with humans? When will we wake up and realize, brothers and sisters, this is why I tell people I'm not a United West Party, I'm not DLP, I'm not Freedom, I am not Republican, I am not Democrat, I am none of these things. I side with a particular one based on the policies of that particular one. If that person puts up policies and they suck, they need to come out there. Brothers and sisters, I think humans need to understand that. Obviously, in Dominica, I side with the United West Party. Obviously, in the United States, I side with the Republican Party. But if they screw up, brothers and sisters, we need to take them out. You must choose one, one must run. Just like the individual was out there telling me, oh, I don't vote in. I don't want it, me, I don't want it. Is the same thing going to happen? But if 1,000 of you guys saying these things who have the power to change, and are saying the same thing, they have allowed you to believe a lie. Say, no, nothing will happen, and you decide you don't vote in, and the same thing happened, and you say, see? But the reason why it happened again, because all you choose not to vote. You do know this, right? You do know this, right? Some people always talking about, I listened to Scarrett say the other day about people not be doing certain things to remove the government or those kind of things. That is not for him to say. It is for the people to say, okay, sir, we have given you 20 years. It's time for you to go and go at your mother home. Go home, sir. Whether it's France or wherever, I don't know. Or Vegas, I don't know. But go at your mother home, sir. You have done too much chaos in the place. And I think the people need to speak and stand up. And with this individual in question, I don't think he's a good representative at all. Because what you see out there, brothers and sisters, is not necessarily the character of the individual. It is very interesting, and we must be mindful of these things. We must be very, very mindful. Anyways, let's continue.
I was in all the rubbish. I will campaign for Joshua Francis in UWP. I will take it to the bank so they will think all they could do is take out nobody and send Peter Green away or send Peter Wash away or send.
It's interesting, man. It's like a beauty contest. I remember back in the day, they were saying, oh, Scarrett had dimples. Scarrett had dimples, and Lennox looks big, he ugly. They said, oh, it's a beauty contest. Brothers and sisters, the person could be ugly as hell, brothers and sisters. Looking like Forrest Gump then. Looking like I'm the partner, the hunchback of Notre Dame. Yes, they should be ugly, brothers and sisters. Once the person can put policies forward and actually do what they say that they're going to be doing, I think that person has a standing right to represent the people. It has nothing to do with beauty, or that person is a lawyer or a prosecutor or a doctor. This nonsense, brothers and sisters. The reason why the world is in the chaos that it is in is because of the very people. The very people that people have decided, oh, because there's a doctor, let me vote for them. Brothers and sisters, I will understand the plight. I think a farmer is the one that should actually run Dominica, because Dominica is an agricultural nation. I think a farmer should step forward and say, hey, we need to look forward to things. And not just any farmer, brothers and sisters. Farmer that actually cares. This is one of the reasons why I like Soso. I listen to Soso and I was talking to him on the podcast, interacting with him and also studying him and the way that he's speaking and, the passion that he has for it. Going back to the sentiment of his family, brothers and sisters, and the family night of his understanding. I tend to do psychology, brothers and sisters, of people and psychoanalyze them to see what they're saying is rooted in what they actually grew up knowing. That's how you know people. Anyways, brothers and sisters, moving along right there. I saw this very thing as well. I thought I would put it out there so that others can see right there. You can take that to the bank, this individual saying, for over a year, the stagnation of the economy and the failure of the reset of a dynamic Dominica since 2022, I think since 2004, has failed, and it is a reflection of his poor judgment to call a snap election. There have been internal efforts within the DLP to find a suitable replacement for RS, Roseau South, and the names of Irvin McIntyre, Vince Henderson, and Kasani were vetted but did not find favor. The search was then extended outside the known DLP base, and 3 persons were appointed to meet privately with targeted potential individuals. That too did not work out, as a condition for replacing RS still gave him power. The last weekend activity was as a result of the strong internal pressure and bickering. So he kept it in vehicles, and he brought some old stalwarts to send a strong message to those who wanted him out, that he's still the one and only worthy leader of the party and his government. You remember when we were listening to the dictator, brothers and sisters, the dictatorship, how that happens and all those kind of things there? Making you believe that he's the only one that can rescue Dominica, even though the evidence, oh my God, white boy, people don't like evidence, no boy. People don't like evidence, they don't like to see evidence at all. Even though the evidence is clear that the man has screwed up the country, he still believes in himself. I don't know if it's a psychological thing they do in Dominica to see how slow Dominicans are. And brothers and sisters, I'm not the only one saying this. There are other people who know Dominica and wonder if Dominican people are slow. Sometimes I remember one time I felt a little insulted by that, because when one of the individuals, he was some high top people, we were in some sort of thing. The man one day, and he asked me, what are you doing here? He asked me where I'm from. I tell him, DA and what have you. And I ask you, what are you doing here? And we start interacting and this kind of things there. And one of my people came forth and they said, this is the individual, blah, 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 under Obama and all this kind of things there. And he said, really? He was intrigued. Then further on, so I decided to engage him and this kind of things there. And realized I'm not a toy, I'm not toys. Anyways, he says, no, he knows about Dominica. And he doesn't think Dominicans have a high IQ. The man tell me that. He said he doesn't think the man know about Dominica. And when the state that Dominica is in, knowing where Dominica came from to where it is today, he's wondering if the people have low IQs. And he tell me I cannot be boy. He tell me I cannot be from there. Interesting. Brothers and sisters, be mindful of the wicked hard people who appear to be. Anyways, brothers and sisters, I saw this very sentiment right there and I had to put it out as well. There was some sort of electoral reform coalition. Kudos to the United Workers' Party right there. Shame on scared. People always say they are at odds. They might have their different views and whatnot. It's the people around them that seem to be yapping, brothers and sisters. But on a democratic process, they put Thompson there and therefore it is Thompson. Anyways, brothers and sisters, this individual, whoever wrote this article, is saying, why should the citizens of the Commonwealth of Dominica have to go to court to get Roosevelt's carrot? The Prime Minister of Dominica to tell them how many passports of the nation that he sold. I don't understand, it's not his own. He's taking the people's birthright and the people don't know. And when the people are coming to question, these individuals up there come to find out, scared one to say, oh, he's ruined, they tried to ruin the CBI, when he was the one who sucked and caused Dominica to lose a number of visa-free access to a number of countries, even Guatemala. It's truly something else. Anyways, how much he got for the passports? Yes, that's a good question right there. What he did with the money, and if by chance there is some change left over, where is that change from the sale of the passports? Is that too much to ask a man who came into politics without a bicycle, brothers and sisters? The man didn't have a blazer on him. They said they had to buy shoes for Skerrit to come and appear and make it look like he has some substance for him to come into the political. They gave the man a chance, brothers and sisters, like setting up the person that's about to take your life. You're so nice to the person. It's like people who helping other people who, hey, let's try to help them out. You help them out. It's kind of like, you know, when you're trying to, I remember a story of a guy who rescued an alligator. Rescued the alligator, feeding the alligator everything. Sorry about that, guys. Again. Oh my God. Anyways, where was I? I forget where was I, brothers and sisters. Where's the change for the passport? It's too much to ask one man in politics here. So the man didn't have nothing to wear. They gave the man the chance. Like I indicated before, the alligator, brothers and sisters. The alligator ended up eating the man, you know. Yes, the alligator he saved, eat the man. Kind of similar to what is happening to Dominica. You give the young man a chance. And the young man for 20 years have been screwing up Dominica to the point where he believes he's the only one. Ay, ay, ay. Help us, Abba Father. Help us, Father. Anyways, this is too much to ask a man, blah, 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 without a bike, you know. And did not have a driver's license and is now on the construction of his third palace and wears $1,000 shoes and clothing. Yeah. This is one of the reasons why I like Donald Trump, because when you have other people are coming in, this stuff, if you look at the different presidents, this is why you guys must learn things, you know. Look at the salaries before, or the net worth. Look at the net worth of individuals before they became president. Now, based on their salaries, indicating all the time, for the 4 years that they run, the salaries would not equate to the kind of monies that they have then, brothers and sisters. They tend to do a lot of things. So Obama would start with probably like $2 million or $3 million or $5 million, something of that sort, and then end up with $90 million. Kamala would start with $2-3 million and end up with $60 million. Donald Trump, on the other hand, started with $3 billion. Now he's down to 2.5 billion. That shows, brothers and sisters, that who is actually there for the people. Skerrit, on the other hand, couldn't buy shoes or nothing of that sort. But apparently, he's been alleged to be the wealthiest prime minister in the Caribbean. And not just wealthy, brothers and sisters, we're not talking millions, but it's alleged that it's billions. And it will make sense because of the billions of dollars that is missing in Dominica. I mean, let's use logic here, brothers and sisters. Some of you do like logic, so that's fine. Anyways, when Lennox Linton first broke news of the missing billions, I just spoke about that there, Roosevelt Skerrit admitted that it was much more than 1 billion, and at the same time promised the nation that he would then embarrass Lennox Linton. I just put that in there in 2019. Up to now, he don't embarrass Lennox Linton yet. Anyways, promised the nation that he would get his technocrats to tabulate the figures, and when it was released, when it was revealed, Linton would have been embarrassed. Okay, well, I guess I was on the right track, right track right there. But then 5 years later, the figures are yet to be tabulated. And then the financial secretary could not take it any longer. She's replaced by an enabler who only sees red. And the missing billions, I told you guys before, that's what's going to happen. If you're trying to become a dictator, all you have to do is take out the right set of people in the right positions and put the wrong set of people in the right positions. But that wrong set of people who is for the people, the right set of people that are wrong for the people are the right set of people for those who are trying to become dictators in the country. So they take out the proper education minister, people who just constantly they take out the president put their own installments, and and people seeing that happening to them. This is why individuals outside, they believe Dominicans have a low IQ. And I have to be doing research to pinpoint different individuals who are from Dominica, who have done well overseas, and show them, no, Dominicans don't have a low IQ. Dominicans are just unfortunate with the leader that has fooled them. It's very sad, indeed. So of course it was Lennox Linton who revealed what was happening right there. And of course I remember on the radio station, of course, when Lennox Linton said, hey, we can shut down the country. And Scary came back on the radio station and said, all the monies that have been for Dominica have gone to Dominica. However, there is a development fund. The development fund is supposed to come to Dominica too. Linton would be embarrassed more than 5 years later, blah, 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 and so forth and so forth. And of course, they put their enablers. United West Party should not be left alone to champion the cause, to hold the Skerrit responsible for being accountable to the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica. The whole of Dominica should do that. People always complain about the hospital, who have this, our roads not fixing, all kind of things. Brothers and sisters, name it. No increase in salaries. They increase their salaries. They don't increase yours. They increase your bills. But they have how much money, billions of dollars, that can actually help the people. Brothers and sisters, one of the things that hurt me was when the Portsmouth Hospital started considering themselves a smart hospital. And you try to figure out, how is it smart? Do you have equipments that are better used to do operations in Portsmouth? Because they used to do operations back in the day, You can't do that now. They're talking about a switch. My brain does find that impossible there. Motion sensor lights, AC can adapt, and solar. Really? Nothing to do with the people, but the billions of dollars that is out there that can really help the people. You mean when they call in for it, 400 people showing up? The United West Party should not be the only one. The people should definitely be a part of this as well. Skerrit responsible for being accountable to the people of Dominica, of the Commonwealth of Dominica, for the sale of our national patrimony, our birthright, brothers and sisters. Some with a level of national pride, find the mere concept of selling our sovereign passports to be offensive, and to peddle it as Skerrit does, and having it to go to court for a basic answer borders on, if not treason, a mortal crime against the nation. The Electoral Reform Coalition applauds the United West Party for the initiative and appeals to all Dominicans from all sectors to join the process of getting Skerrit to be accountable to the people of Dominica for where their money has gone. I don't think that is a difficult thing to understand, brothers and sisters. We know Skerrit them have admitted that there's money outside there. We don't know how much this money is. And we complaining in Dominica that we don't have this and we don't have that and this and that. Without equipment, many people would have been alive today if we had proper equipment that we can actually afford. They come in and tell the people, oh, Dominica don't have money. They increase their salaries after telling Dominicans they don't have money. And people seeing that. Anyway, brothers and sisters, let me leave that alone there before I get a headache. Right there. I don't know. What did it take for Dominicans to finally understand? And sometimes they understand it, but they are just as equally as wicked as the people that they're constantly voting for. I understand that they are weak-minded people, but there are people who are strong-minded and still support the thing for the mere fact that they get a little dregs. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below right there. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for definitely the part of these vibrations. Don't forget to share this video there, brothers and sisters. I want to hear your thoughts in that manner. I really want to hear your thoughts as well. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. And with that city right there, give this video a thumbs up. Click the like button. I would appreciate that. And of course, subscribe if you haven't done so for more vibrations. Of course, you'll be notified when you click subscribe, click the bell, and click all right there and there. It's about Mystelics once again, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know. It's not just me speaking here. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. I can read and understand. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe there's some sort of delusion in my head that I can't seem to fathom or get. Maybe you guys can help me. Because for some reason today, I just don't get it. I have a philosophical mind, brothers and sisters, and I understand psychology, brothers and sisters, but it doesn't make sense. No, it's like, it's supposed to mesh properly, brothers and sisters, but it just... I understand the biological component of weak-minded people. I understand the destruction of the economy, and as a result, you cater into. That's one of the things that I think Tiani has done. You know, there's nothing going for me, might as well join. They say if you can't beat them, join them. Anyways, that's my thoughts in that regard. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Be real, salute the King always. King of Kings, guide the way. Be positive.